Porque no saben lo que yo sé. Yo escribo, improviso y canto. Bueno,
a lot of you who are Puerto Rican, even Colombian, even in Peru, whatever, the trip of the Puerto Rico, you will come back different. I guarantee you that you will come back different. That you will get an awakening about your history, about your culture, your people, that you never thought was possible. You will change in how you view yourself.
The San Juan and we have the Ponce, the museum parts of it. But when you have these agencies, you're like, wow, how can I bring that over here? But it all goes through the culture over there, because they care. They care.
Yo escribo, improviso y canto, y toco la misma vez. La gente me está envidiando porque no saben lo que yo sé. Me están envidiando, oiga, me están envidiando, me están envidiando porque no saben lo que yo sé. Me están envidiando.
¿Tú me entiendes? The objective and the goal that we have for tomorrow. Vamos a visitar la iniciativa comunitaria y también the Dominican Council, which obviously I'm excited about, but I know you guys will be too. Because of the goals and the objectives, so it's going to be really generous, it's going to impact all of us. Con eso, yo quiero, al menos, primero lo que vamos a hacer es explicarle el día. So if not, what we're going to do is this. Yeah, I was speaking. So then what we'll do is this. Santos is going to go over the day. Like she'll go right over the day, and then from there we'll explain our goals and objectives, and then we'll hand out some documents so you guys just could read up tonight or tomorrow morning before going there on the ride and everything like that. I know I'm gonna read tonight because I might get busy. I'll put it like that. So.
There'll be a quiz tomorrow?
Huh? No, not a quiz. But I'm hoping, you know, to get really big feedback and really to be good. Okay? So
iniciativa comunitaria. We're gonna be at 10 o'clock in the morning. Iniciativa comunitaria. I don't know. Okay.
We can translate.
You can translate?
Yes, I can translate.
Oh yeah. This last sheet. You guys obviously don't have to read this probably till tomorrow. For when we are debriefing, you guys can go thinking about these questions throughout the days. These are part of the objectives. That it's going to be about, you know, the whole day, not just, you know, one or the other. It's about the whole day. Something you can reflect on. There's a couple quotes down here that you guys could also think about. These are the questions up here for you guys just to get your mind flowing, just to get to understand. If you have any questions, you may want to ask over there because over there in La Inicia Comunitaria, like we're going to learn a lot. Obviously, their pitch and everything is about, you know, HIV and a lot of sicknesses. But what they're going to be talking to us about is, you know, the services that they provide and everything. That's what they're going to be talking about.
What was it? What's that comfortable when she said, wait, what's it?
No, sure. O sea, anything but this. Is that what you meant?
I didn't bring long pants.
Oh, it's good? No, that's what I'm saying. One said comfortable. So you're saying no shorts. So you're saying long pants.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not comfortable. So just say what you, all right.
Long pants or
I guess I'm gonna be comfortable. I got long pants and I'm really comfortable. No. I told him about you, and I want you to be there, so it's fine. So I got definitely shorts. Yeah.
Why should I wear shorts?
No, because you're not about.
Look, these guys are beat me up like I'm special purpose or something.
Well, while we have breakfast, you can stop and buy pants.
We have to drive slow, so everything has to be on time because since there's fog, we have to drive a little bit slower, so it might take a little bit more time. And we have to stop and get gasoline, and we're also going to stop for breakfast for those who don't want. So we just want to make sure everything moves on time, okay? So let's get rocking. Let's go to the homes.
Okay, y'all, what time we got to be in San Juan?
nombre es el doctor José Vargas Vidó, que es nuestro director ejecutivo, todo el equipo gerencial y todos nuestros compañeros empleados de la agencia. Le damos la más cordial bienvenida a su casa. Esta es la casa de muchos de nuestros participantes y una de las cosas que siempre hemos querido es poder educar a personas, ¿verdad?, que estén interesados e interesadas en conocer el trabajo que nosotros hacemos día a día. Yo sé que la van a pasar súper, es la segunda vez que atiendo un grupo de hispanos de Filadelfia, ¿no? Es la segunda vez que atiendo, que tengo, ¿verdad?, el placer de poder estar con ustedes. Más adelante tendré alguna intervención, así que se quedan en su casa, colamos un poquito de café, no había mucho, pero colamos un poquito de café por si acaso. Y sé que, pues, que la van a pasar bien con las colegas que son...
Pues VIH, porque ya la epidemia tiene 30 años pues, que la conocemos, dado que el primer caso se identificó en el 1981, pero aún nos queda día con día seguir conociendo más y refrescando lo que a lo mejor conocíamos en un principio que necesitamos actualizar. Así que siempre conocer, así sea por primera vez, o refinar lo que conocíamos anteriormente del VIH, siempre es bueno y pertinente. Así que pues ahora mi compañera Edith va a dar introducción al tema.
Bueno, pues muy buenos días. Nada, para la mañana de hoy pues hemos preparado una presentación bastante básica acerca de lo que es el VIH y el SIDA, pero ustedes se pueden sentir en toda la confianza, ¿verdad?, de si tienen alguna duda, pregunta o comentario.
Una persona que tenga el VIH puede transmitir, porque la persona en ese momento tiene el virus, no tiene el SIDA, ¿puede transmitir el virus a una persona?
Sí, definitivamente. Se transmite a través de los fluidos.
O sea, no se necesita tener el SIDA para ser una persona que contagia. Puede con el solo virus.
No, porque lo que sucede es que el virus, el VIH, es el virus. El SIDA es la etapa final del virus. El virus, la persona que tiene el virus, es un portador del virus. Tiene la capacidad de poderla transmitir a otra persona en cualquier momento. Una vez la persona tenga el virus, la puede transmitir. El SIDA, lo que sucede es que es esta etapa final donde ya el sistema inmunológico está tan deteriorado que no puede combatir enfermedades que a lo mejor una persona que tenga un sistema inmunológico fuerte lo pueda resistir. Por ejemplo, una persona con SIDA desarrolla una pulmonía y la pulmonía puede ser...
Este es el gran río Blanco de Naguabo. Estamos aquí. Sí. Y la cascada no se ve ahora, ¿verdad? ¿Dónde se la ve?
Fíjate, no se ve real. Doesn't look real at all.
No, porque... para atrás y la cascada. No, nosotros estamos al otro lado de este monte. Tú ves que era la iglesia allá arriba.
Yeah.
Nosotros tenemos que subir por ahí para allá, dar la vuelta allá, al otro lado.
Al otro lado. Yeah, wow.
Well, like I just found like one thing really interesting that kind of stuck with me was like the whole how they provide needles for like the people who are into drugs and stuff like that, so so they won't, so it will prevent the HIV virus from getting out. So I don't know, it's just like what I questioned was like, was that like a corporate move on behalf of a non-profit, you know,
to give out needles?
Yeah, in a sense to get more of a head count, you know, I don't know, it's just like a question that occurs to me. So.
That I like it was the way that they provide the services and the medication, because I thought that in order for them to get the medication, they will have to go through their insurance, and it was going to be like hard to get because, you know, it's so expensive that I was like, how they do it. And you know, they were clear on how they do it and the funds that they have.
The social professional
I know that approach of giving folks clean works is considered harm reduction, right? People with a drug addiction, it's deep, it's serious. You need serious treatment in order to get out of it, and it's hard to get out of it. If they're gonna do it anyways, do it safer so less people get infected. It's the same idea with condoms, right? So a lot of people are opposed to giving condoms to young folks. In Philadelphia, the highest growing rate of HIV incidence is amongst 13 to 24-year-olds.
This is something that I was gonna share anyway. So something room for improvement, is what I like to call it, is that I want to apologize on behalf of myself for not modeling appropriate behavior for Coach and a participant in the program. We usually keep the fun stuff till post-closing and post-debrief, and I definitely started a little earlier. And I do want to apologize to the whole group that I did do that. Part of it was just the extraneous circumstances of today and the situations and the, you know, like what in the world is happening? Are we even going back? And what's going on? So that I do want to apologize for, Jory. So that's my room for improvement.
Muy corto tiempo, el decirle dobla vida en esta EPSI y él comunicarme a mí. Acuérdate, son dos vanes diferentes. Entonces yo tengo que estarle corrigiendo a Ángel, no la próxima, porque yo estoy viendo el GPS. Lo que ustedes no están tomando en cuenta, mi GPS no va a trabajar si hay tiempo así. ¿Entiendes? Ahí no hay, ahí por eso es que tú te pierdes. Segundo, en el van, el resto de las personas que no están listos, tú tienes que aprender, si tú estás listo, se tienen que callar. Porque si siguen hablando, yo no oigo lo que está diciéndome, se enreda uno la cosa, lee mal o no. El problema es que deben ustedes de coger un día. En el transcurso de los estudios, cuando se termine o lo que sea, sentar al grupo con nosotros o conmigo, con nosotros, aclarar las direcciones por un día y después uno a uno. Porque tú me perdonas, pero yo soy y yo quiero que tú lo entiendas porque ese es el problema que estamos teniendo. El problema que estamos teniendo es que ellos, el día que tienen que ir, se ponen nerviosos, eso es una parte. Segundo, se prepararon, pero el día de ejecutar la acción, los nervios los tienen arriba, los otros compañeros estudiantes no están ayudando porque están hablando duro, no se dejan comunicar. Mira, yo creo que cuando se pidió ayuda, que yo te llamé, yo te dije, Dani, vente al frente para que lo ayude, porque mira el tiempo como está. Yo no puedo depender en que ella, si no puede leer el GPS, me diga a mí lo que tengo que hacer, lo que va a causar un accidente. Por eso tú debes de venir y ayudarnos a salir del problema. Y después tú lo coges a ellos y le hablas lo que sea. Pero en ese momento es seguridad y es importante que se haga como se tiene que hacer.
And that's what Gil is saying. Gil is saying we have to clarify when there's a moment that they need us, we step in or we don't. And that's what Gil's been reiterating.
Hold on. Now this is something that comes off real good because this is where yesterday we were told by the boss man, we have to reevaluate how we're doing this because you guys aren't preparing. And this is where, how many of these students called you prior to us coming to Puerto Rico? Okay, so hold on, no wait. We gave them your number to call. Now, did they prepare? But you just said, you just got finished saying that we need to figure out a way during the class, have one of the class where we sit and meet. No. We gave every single one of these students your phone number, your personal number, your office number, and we told every single one of these students they need to meet with you and they need to figure out these addresses and see what's going on. So come on.
No, wait, that's, can I say?
Tú me dices que tú le das el teléfono a ellos para que me llamen a la conveniencia de ellos cuando ellos quieran, cuando se puede reunir y hacerlo en 1 hora, 2 horas y se acabó. Yo no voy a... ¿Cuántos son aquí? ¿Por qué tú me tienes que llamar un día el otro? ¿Por qué yo tengo que hacer eso?
Because they don't know where they're going to a month before they're going.
Pero yo tengo que estar esperando las 18 veces que me llamen para yo poder llevar.
Let me tell you, when you're leading and you're in the front seat and you have a map and you're doing it, learn how to read the map and trust it. It's not up to me to go up there and do it. I sit there and I look at, so I'm the backup. It's not up to you to do it. It's not up to you to do it. It's up to the leader to do it.
Right, there's a...
Yeah.
You have to respond. No matter what you have to.
But if they have it there, if they have it written there.
Right, Danny.
At the same, no, wait a minute. Because it's the same, as easy as it was for me to get that information, I'm not going to hold their hands.
So we realize as coaches that they weren't prepared. The worst thing that we can say to them is that you failed. So to keep everybody in line for safety, then it becomes our job. That's why we're here, to be like, this is how you do this. If I have to show you again, I don't know why you're doing this. Then we get harder on them. That's our job. When Franklin was in the middle of GPSing in the middle of the storm, I told him, I was like, if you need me, tell me, I'm here. Let me know if you need anything. I called this place. That's when I stepped up. I think when it comes to us, there's moments, that's why I believe, that's why we're here, is that in the moment we know things are about to crash, like we've been supposed to be doing this whole time, then we're like, we step in, but instead of last time we'll be like, oh, I understand why you didn't know. No, now why didn't you know this? Now that yelling instead of him goes to them. After I told you, why didn't you learn this? Why didn't you go to him yesterday? That gets reflected on them after we've had to now hold their hand through something again. I think that's how we fix this issue. That's just my idea.
Porque Dan, yo no quiero que yo esté sentado en la mesa de comedores y me llamen a preguntar por dirección. Ese es el punto.
And I don't think it helps the rain. I don't think it helps the situation, like you said. But this was a different day. This was a different day that none of us were prepared for. We didn't prepare for an option like this. And I think that's why this came to happen. Because if we're not doing it, then we can't expect them to do it. I'm just saying.
Las direcciones aquí son por kilómetros y hectómetros también.
Ellos están acostumbrados.
No es como allá, aquí es kilómetro y hectómetro, allá son millas, es diferente. Por eso es que hay que ayudarlos para que ellos, aunque, te voy a decir la franca verdad, Google Maps 100% no es seguro. Al Google Maps te manda por una calle que está trancada o no puede pasar. ¿Entiendes? Exactamente, yo entiendo, pero lo que estoy diciendo, yo te estoy diciendo esto, no es porque a ver cómo lo podemos trabajar.
And we do have to look at it. We do. And that's what we were talking about. We do have to figure it out. We do. But my thing is that you guys need to trust your work. If you're doing your work and you're doing it and you're taking that time, shit, trust it. Trust it. And then if we get lost, then we'll say, pull over and say, okay, maybe I need help. But if you did your work, trust yourselves. That's all I'm saying. Trust it. If it says make it right, make it right.
How you ask us for help matters. If you're asking me to do something for you, no,
I'm not going to do it.
But if you need advice or you need suggestions or you need something like that, or I know that, you know what I mean? Again, it's just about how you project it to us. We're here to help you. We're not going to do it for you. I think Danny's being very clear about that. I'm being very clear. I know Amy and everybody else is on the same page. So I think just going forward, thinking about how you request the help from us matters. Now recheck yourselves. The groups that still have to go, think about the actual addresses. You know what I mean? I know some people were kind of Googling me on the way. Like, think about the problems that you've occurred. The best addresses that we've gotten so far are the ones from the sites that actually told you directions. So think about that. You know what I mean?
Y el error de hoy fue también, lo hicieron bien, porque ustedes lo están haciendo bien, que están en un punto diferente, entonces hay dos ways para ir. Ellos cogieron la 30, nosotros nos fuimos por la 53. Todo lo que ellos tienen escrito, la señora, fue yéndonos por la 30. No puede salir bien la dirección por este lado. ¿No entiendes lo que te digo?
Just to bring that in, from our classes, as you guys could tell, Santos and I would say, that's why we made it with enough time. Because as you could tell, obviously we were going to take a whole new different route, and it's not that we didn't trust in what we had, but we trusted two stronger sources. Okay, because you gotta look at the sources you have. The way the storm was and having a phone, not so reliable. Even the GPS by itself, sometimes lost satellite. Hence, why time has to play in your favor at all times. As students, forget the coaches, no disrespect. Time has to play to your time, because what's happening is, if it's not playing to your time, it's gonna fall on you. It's gonna fall on you. That's why time has to play with your time, because I trusted in my sources, the paper and the phone, but guess what? I got two stronger sources. So I'm gonna trust in my sources. And that's what I did. I prepared a month ago. That's like me boxing. If I'm boxing right-handed and all of a sudden I see, hold on, I can hit this nigga. If I fight on my left side, I'm gonna realize. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. If I'm boxing and boxing day comes, and all of a sudden I'm ready, and you know what? Hold on, I have a stronger source, which is to switch to my left side. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's what we did. That's what we did. So we started to rely on our sources. So I did trust what we had. For some reason we have them.
Let me say this. Danny's right. In the sense that you should trust yourself, in the sense that you should take your assignments much more serious. A lot of you do not take your assignments seriously. The same way that you gave out those goals and objectives yesterday, and you asked how many people read them, and nobody said, ooh. And then one or two said, ooh. They didn't take their assignment seriously. That's not on you, that's on them. You know what I mean? Through the whole course, through the whole years, a lot of you didn't take your assignment seriously. You came to take it seriously when you were put on the spot. And this is the end results. You know what I mean? But let me say this. At one point, we took your leadership away from you. You're right. You took it away from you. Because now it becomes a safety issue of us being concerned about you guys.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Okay? Let me critique you. You did well. Both of you prepared. Both of you had the outline. I would have preferred for you guys to have a map on your Google, because that would have been more clear for you, more to see it. I feel for you because I know how eager you were to go to the council and show off. My council, you know, and I'm on this, and then show off to us, but show off to him too. And I know how eager you were to go show the Dominican community in Santurce and show up. You know what I mean? I know how eager you were, and I know how important that was. And that's why I feel a little ill and sorry that did not happen, because I think that would have been a good experience for you and
that's why I tried to prepare so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, we tried.
So we wind up in a situation that, yeah, you did well, you were preparing, you did well in the beginning. We took your leadership away, the things happened, you know, so you didn't get to really complete your whole leadership. You know, so a lot of it was not your fault, it was nature's fault or whatever. Because it got to a point we took the stuff away from you. And even if you would have tried to take it back from me, I would have said, no, this is my decision, we're going to go here. You know, I think both of you did a good job. I think you prepared yourself. Yesterday you were dragging, and I think you did a good job. But he's right. You got to take things a little more serious. All of them, not just you. I'm talking about the whole class. You know, and I think the worst thing in the world is, in this situation, is always to go first. That's the worst thing, always to go first. Because this group here, whoever went first, is learning from what everybody else said, and you can tell. You can tell, because now everybody says, oh shit, you saw the guy heard, now we gotta do this, now we gotta do this, now we gotta do this. So each of you are learning from each other. You know what I mean?
I'm freaking out.
Because
leaders adapt to the environment.
You know, so as each session goes on, the next session, you see, gets a little better because the sitting here said, oh shit, we gotta do this. But that says to me what I said at the beginning, you're not taking your assignment seriously. A lot of you thought we were joking. A lot of you thought we were joking when we said the trip to Puerto Rico is not a vacation. It's an experience, you're gonna work, it's gonna be hard, we're gonna get each other's nerve, we're gonna learn a lot, we're gonna love, we're gonna cry. And a lot of you say, take that serious. Nah, they're just saying that. Until you go through this experience, you realize you're not just saying that. You did go through all this.
I was prepared to work physically. That's what I thought. That's what I going to do. That we were going to do community service, help some communities, doing some work. And I came prepared for that.
For physical work.
Yes, I prepare myself with clothes and sneakers and all that clothes for work.
You had your combat boots ready.
I didn't know it was going to be like the experience like this. I thought we can prepare wherever we're going to take the group, but mostly we're doing community service. That's what I thought we were going to do.
And it's not physical. Most of our training is not physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's training, it's challenging.
Yeah, that I didn't know. That I learned now.
Yeah, because you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Leadership is all that. It's demanding, it's stressful, it's doubtful, it's questioning, it's challenging, it's all that.
Can I say something?
Santos,
I want to let you know that when I told you a month ago, 2 months ago, to be prepared, and we give you the way that you should be prepared, the week before, the month before, 2 days before, the day before, and all of that, and you don't do any of that, or you seem unprepared to the class, it really bothers me, because I am constantly calling you, I'm constantly sending you emails, I'm providing you information, I'm providing you articles, I'm doing all that, and still, there are some shortcomings. You know, you are not, some of you seem that you're not prepared, and that bothers me because what is it that I'm not doing, or the coaches, or that you probably don't get it? Or which ways can we do it to improve it? Because, you know, what is it that you're not doing, or probably is it my fault? Because I am putting all my effort, my energy, and I call, email, meet, send articles. The latest information about Puerto Rico, what's happening, you have it. So I do try to just bring you as much as possible up to date with what's going on in the island and all of that. So when you come and seem unprepared, it just let me down.
Let me answer that. Amy, have every group gone through this? Has every group gone through this?
Yeah.
Different stages, different levels, because it all depends on the personalities and the character. But they all, this is part of the training, it's part of the whole experience. You're all going to go through that because you're bringing all kind of people together. And like I said, most of you are not taking it. Teresa's right, she keeps you informed, she keeps you this, she keeps you that. Yeah, you guys are not taking it serious. You take it serious the day you show up at the training. That's when you take it serious. That's a form of leadership. You should always be prepared, you should always have your goals, you should always everything have lined up. And next year, the next class, we're going to go through it again. We're going to have a whole bunch of different personalities and characters. That's all part of the experience. You know, but again, if you don't take it serious, if you really don't look at the fact that what you're really changing here is yourself. Nobody else, but yourself. You're learning about yourself. You're learning about your past, you're learning about your hurts, you're learning when you're being serious, you're learning what hurts you, what does not hurt you, what bugs you, what doesn't bug you, who you like and who you don't like. To make you a better person, till you know yourself, because if you know yourself, then you'll be able to know others, then you'll be able to lead. It's all experience, this is all therapeutic. Believe it or not, it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. Now, what I think I need to sit down with my coaches and my staff and all that, and we need to revise it. The program should be revised every 3 years. Every 3 years should be evaluated, looked at, and changed if it has to be changed. But again, this is all part of the process. You know, if I tell you that I give orders in my office to my staff and they jump and do it correctly as I like it, no, that's a fantasy. By the time I gotta be chasing them and smacking them.
Don't you love fantasy?
It's in every organization. It's in every organization. If it was that neat that I sit in my office and say, okay, I want things done this way, this way, this way, this way, and I don't have to worry about it, that's bullshit. I gotta worry about it. I gotta follow up with my staff. I gotta check with my staff. I gotta make sure they're doing it my way. And when you guys become leaders, and you'll become the, well, back, maybe you know, when you're in that situation, that always happens. And you gotta realize that's part of the human process, the group process. Part of the whole process. Right.
So Santos has the last word.
Dos cositas. Bad weather or nice weather. Okay?
but we get the place and also on time. Okay? And the other thing is, Iniciativa Comunitaria has 13 programs, and one of the programs is Pitirri. Okay? I'm going to give you a little
The program is called Pitirri.
The gray
The program is called Pitirri.
represents a symbol for Puerto Rico. It's a beautiful
This is one of the programs.
you know.
So you know why So
That's
if
it.
you don't know what Pitirri is, you don't know what Pitirri is. So you guys, and there's a
We're done. Is that it? Frankie. Is that it?
Huh?
I don't want to
Yes. Now we're passing the baton over to Decia and Keisha. Go!
Alright guys, so our objective for tomorrow and goals is basically to try to get you guys to understand a little bit more of the Taino side of, you know, our culture. Just learn a little bit more about, like we learned about the African, we learned a little bit about the Spaniards. So now we're going to learn about more of our Taino roots. Another thing that another thing that I want you guys to learn also is more of the history of Ponce, because Ponce is one of the second largest pueblos of Puerto Rico, and there's been a lot of things like, you know, the civil rights movement and all that that took place in Ponce that is really important to Puerto Rico and our history, basically. So that's basically like our goals and objectives, is to just to know a little bit more and